Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. I want to talk about two scenarios here that I'm observing in the very short term, and we are going to zoom in a little bit for that. I'm just focusing here on the structure, which started on the 23rd of January. The structure between the 23rd and basically today. Why is that important? Well, because we're at a major turning point here, at a potential turning point, I should say. Obviously, we've recently had our 5-wave move to the upside. I think that's sort of a given at the moment. That's my base case on this time frame. I assume that the wave 4 bottomed here. This is currently the primary scenario. Wave 4 bottomed on the 23rd of January. Reason for this to be the primary is because we've seen 5 waves up from that low. Yes, there is an alternative perspective where we could still be in wave 4, but that's the alternative on the larger time frame. We're obviously observing the smaller time frame, the micro perspective, here on the 1 hour time frame to understand which one is in control. And at the moment, the count in which we can assume the wave 4 indeed bottomed, that's in control. Why is that the case? Again, because we've seen 5 waves up. Yeah, they're a bit questionable. Still, it's a 5-wave move up, and we're holding above $84 support. This is the critical support level that I've been talking about for more than a week. Actually, a couple of weeks. No, more than a week, not a couple of weeks. So, and we highlighted that, okay, we can count that here as possibly a wave 1, which is again the first phase in a bullish cycle. Then we've seen 3 waves into support, which is a potential wave 2, and 3 waves are complete. So it's possible that this correction is complete. We dipped into the support zone and reversed. What does that mean for all traders who entered in the support zone? I think it would at least be reasonable to at least move the stop maybe to break even. Now you have to decide that for yourself, but I think that would be reasonable, maybe even taking some partial profits. But that depends on your own plan and strategy. I just want to mention that because we've seen 5 waves. You can interpret the move as 5 waves or 3, not entirely clear, but we've seen a significant rally in which the easiest money already has been made towards resistance, because we've rallied from support to resistance. It's quite substantial actually, from that low point, around about 12-13%. To the top of a range, That means a pullback gets more likely from here. And in the yellow count, it's possible that this is another wave 1. In this wave 1 as well, we could maybe get one more squiggle higher here, touching the $107, $108 level. And then a pullback would be likely. And this is the micro support zone here in yellow. And if this is indeed a wave 1 again, I'd like to see one more high for that, however. Then a pullback in a wave 2, which is the next smaller degree here, after we had a larger 1-2 setup, then this smaller 1-2 setup could form. And if we are holding a higher low and hold above 95.50, then a third wave afterwards could take us above $108, which would be a breakout point. So that is the super bullish, accelerated bullish scenario. However, there's also the alternative, which is, to be honest, also very, very likely. It's not even less likely. It's just a different variant of the same scenario again, because against $84 in both scenarios, we can be bullish. It's always when you have two scenarios, one might be short-term a little bit more bearish, one is short-term a little bit more bullish. Just use the lower support level, Just use the lower support level because it incorporates them both. In this scenario, it is still possible to come down in a C wave, and we just formed a wider wave 2. A wave, B wave, and the B wave is again ABC, and then a C wave down. And this C wave down could take us to around about $91.50 or $88.30 next. So how do I know which one is playing out? Well, you don't until you see if the support level here is holding. So basically, there's one key level that distinguishes between two scenarios. One is the accelerated bullish one, and one is, well, bullish after a deeper pullback. And the level that distinguishes between the two is 95.50. So that's the key level, and against that level we can focus on higher. It doesn't even help, so 5 waves up won't help here, because even in the white count, this would be an A, B, C structure. So again, it comes down to the routine that I always mention. To confirm that this wave 2 is over, and it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, I need to see 5 waves up. That's the first level of confirmation. But because of the context here, I also need to see 3 waves down into support. Needs to hold a higher low to keep this yellow wave count alive, and then we can break out. Of course, a direct breakout is possible as well, but I prefer to see a bit of a pullback before a breakout. And I think it's quite clear this could be a higher low, or we come down in wave C. But the bottom line is, the main takeaway, $84, as long as that's holding, I'm focusing on higher. Yeah. So this should give you the relevant potentials as well as the risk on the smaller time frame. As soon as we get that sustained break above $108, I assume that we are en route to $190 plus. Until then, I'm looking at this as a range. The lower in the range we are, the better the reward to risk ratio. And just be aware that we're now at the top of a range. I would like to see one more push higher, maybe towards that red line. And then I think the upcoming pullback would decide if we are really forming a higher low or that lower low, but still within the support area. So, but both counts are bullish, okay, and both are actually part of this idea that larger degree wave 4 bottomed here on the 23rd of January, and that we're basically in a wave 5, okay? So only below $84, I would have to change my assumption on the chart. That's my update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.